Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Moon Sport Cerberus bicycle tail light. Inspired by the three-headed dog from Greek mythology, the Moon Sport Cerberus features a 3 LED design with 2 LEDs mounted on each side and 1 on the front for excellent side visibility in the daytime or nighttime. Packaging is very simple. You have Moon Sport's unique black and yellow color scheme. The light is mounted right in the center and easily accessible, so you can actually interact with it. All the specs are written right on the front and side, as well as the back with all the main features. You also have a QR code to download the manual directly. Go ahead and take it out of the box and go over the specs. Retail price on this is $46.99. And as I mentioned, it's a 3 COB LED design, so very unique and provides great side visibility. It has 150 lumen maximum output for daytime visibility as well, and a 500 milliamp lithium polymer battery directly integrated in here with USB Type-C charging, which is a really nice feature, so you don't need to find other cables to charge this with. It has a variable lumen system, which is another unique feature, so you can ramp it up all the way from 10 to the 150 maximum in each of the 5 modes. So you have 2 flash modes, 2 constant modes, as well as a daytime flash mode. As far as what comes in the box, you can see we basically get the light itself. We get 2 different straps, and you can see the light is actually zip tied on here, so I'll have to get scissors to remove this. 2 different length straps to handle Aero bars or different style bars. And then the rubber behind there that'll accommodate both Aero bars as well. You get the printed manual here in the yellow color for Moon Sport. It tells you how to operate it, how to install it. You get a USB-C charging cable, and as a lot of Moon Sport products, these are yellow. So nice feature on them. And that's about it. Now let's take a look at the weight of the taillight. So the taillight plus the shorter strap comes in at 36 grams, so quite light. Now let's go over the fit and finish of the Moon Sport Cerberus bike taillight. It has a unique 3 COB LED design with 1 element down the center and then 2 elements on the sides that can be independently operated. So you can see if we turn this on, very excellent side visibility all the way from very sharp angles. Main element down the front for visibility further distances, and again the other side one. It has a rectangular profile to it, so it's thin and narrow, and that fits behind a seat post and can hide behind it. It also has a unique mounting system. So it uses a standard rubber strap, but you can see these are actually hinged rather than just being molded on. And that's something we haven't seen with a lot of taillights. That lets it expand, so if you have a very flat area you want to mount this to, or very narrow like a Aero seat post, you can actually do that with the same mount by allowing it simply to flex where it needs to be. So a nice touch that makes it more adaptable. Otherwise, simple rubber strap that you loop around your seat post and then it'll hold it in place. You have 2 different lengths. The shorter one here, and then a much longer one for an Aero seat post or a thicker seat post as needed. Otherwise, the mount is built directly in here with a rubber pad, so you can see it pop out. It doesn't come with a clip, which would have been a nice feature so you can put on a backpack. But especially with this hinge design, that would be a little more tedious as it's attached to the light itself. A USB Type-C charging port, which is really nice to see. Most bike lights still use the micro USB, so this lets you use a more common USB Type-C charging cable. Nice and flexible rubber mounts here, so it won't scratch up your seat post. And then again, that 3 LED design, that's quite distinctive. You have Cerberus printed here on the side, and this plastic with this more rubber texture on the other portions of it. The Moon Sport logo here on the other side. Otherwise, really simple, all black design. You have 2 buttons here. They don't have much texture to them, so if you rub your finger on it, you don't really feel it. That's one downside to a lot of the Moon Sport products. They don't have textured or more obvious button designs. They tend to blend in. So 2 buttons here. When you first get the light, it should be in what's called storage mode. And that basically is a transferred mode, so it locks it. So you can see here, if I try to turn it on, it just flashes, it won't do anything. And this prevents it from accidentally being turned on. Nice feature if you throw it in your backpack or you want to put it in storage. Simply hold the power button for a couple seconds and you should see it flash back on. So you can see now we're back in back on again, and there's 5 total modes, 2 steady, 2 flash, and then a daytime flash. This is the steady mode, and if you just press the power button, you can see we can alternate between the low and high. To go to the flash mode, we double press the power button. There's a normal flash. You have a more erratic steady flash with the constant side and then flashing in the middle. This is nice for nighttime, so you have visibility, but it's still bright and flashing, so it'll draw attention. Press it again. This is the daytime mode, so this is the brightest 150 output mode, and it's very bright. Definitely annoying at nighttime, so you want to keep this for daytime use for extra visibility. And then if you ever want to go back to steady mode, just double press. The other unique thing about Moon Sport is they have a variable light lumen system. It actually lets you adjust the output. So every single mode here can actually be adjusted. So if you hold the bottom button, you can see it will ramp up, flash when it hits the maximum, ramp all the way down, flash again. So you simply release it where you want it, and that gives you a fully customization over all the modes on here. Definitely a nice feature, and then you can also reset it by pressing both at the same time, and you should see the LEDs flash, and you saw that flash from the left, middle, right. So you can reset it back to the factory default or adjust each mode independently. There's mode memory here, so anytime you turn it on, I'll turn on the same mode as well. Now let's take a look at the output of the taillight. There are 5 different modes, 2 constant settings, and then 3 flash modes. And with VLS, you can actually adjust the output in each of the modes to increase or decrease the runtime. One of the more interesting modes is the steady flash, which actually holds the side LEDs constant while flashing the main one, and then day flashes, which gives you the full 150 lumen output. And because of the COB LED design, it is quite bright, but you won't get that 1 or 2 mile visibility. But as you can see here, you can still see the taillight from quite a distance, especially at 150 lumens. Now let's do a little comparison between the Moon Sport Cerberus and the other taillights on the market. The most direct comparison here is the Topeak Redlite Aero. You can see it's a very similar profile. The Topeak has 1 LED, where the Cerberus has the 3 COB LED design. And in order to get side visibility, Topeak actually just made the full housing reflective and transparent. So you get a very similar effect with nice reflectivity from the sides, and even higher angles because the whole LED is actually lit up. So that's one nice thing about the Topeak, but obviously having the multiple modes gives you more customization, and it's nice to have the middle, left, right operate independently. The Topeak also has an odd interface where you actually have to click through all the modes, and doesn't provide an option to just simply hold to turn off. When you really want the best side visibility, the Bullet 200 from NiteRider is probably one of the best lights we've seen. It has this almost mushroom shape to it, and you can see multiple elements on the front and back, and you can see the COB LEDs can actually be operated independently. So this means even from almost behind you, it actually protrudes out. So 360-degree visibility, where the Moon Sport almost disappears behind your seat post. So it's definitely a lot bulkier design, not as sleek, and it won't really be hidden behind your seat post. So depending on what you're looking for, this one has better side visibility, but a lot bulkier, while the Cerberus can hide behind your seat post. Magicshine also provides quite a few taillight options. Their Seemee lights actually have smart sensors in there, so there's an ambient light sensor. Lets you switch between a day and a night mode, something the Cerberus doesn't have. So that's one downside. It's nice to have that auto mode, which will switch between day and night. Otherwise, you can see the side visibility on the Moon Sport is much better than the Magicshine Seemee 100. But the Seemee 100 has a bigger face, so a little larger front profile to it, and not bad side visibility with the little side indicator here, but not as nice as the side COB LED. Another unique light from Magicshine is the Seemee 200. And this has 3 LEDs. You have one in the front, the surround, the nice cutout transparent side body for the side visibility, and then the tracer LED, which you can see is super bright. So instead of just this rectangular profile that you get with the Cerberus, you get essentially a bath of light underneath you. So very bright, and it has daytime, nighttime mode as well to automatically switch. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Cerberus taillight. What we like about it is it has modern features like a USB Type-C port. It also has a 3 COB LED design, which offers great visibility both from the front and the side. And lastly, it has a very clever hinged mount design that works with all seatposts, whether you have a round seatpost or an Aero seatpost. In terms of cons, the fact that it doesn't come with a body clip is one negative. It'd be nice to have a clip so you could put this on your backpack. And it also lacks smart features such as ambient light sensors or brake sensors that have become a lot more common on taillights. And finally, the buttons are pretty difficult to use with gloves on. They're almost flush with the body of the lens, so they're really hard to differentiate. Taking everything into account, we'd give the taillight an 8.5 out of 10. It's a great multi-COB LED taillight with good brightness and side visibility. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.